UFC 194 is wrapped up. We're at the MGM. Dana's on the move. He's got lots of media to do. A record-breaking night, the fastest title fight in UFC history. What went through your mind when that happened?
Holy
The arena.
there's nothing else to think. I actually thought that fight was going to be like Hagler-Hearns. I thought it was going to be a knockdown, drag him out. That's how they started. Like the fight was going to go,
Yeah.
but Conor caught him on the chin, and that was the end of it.
Conor said a lot of things that after he won the belt, he wanted to go up to 155. Do you think that's the truth here?
Oh yeah, he had a hard time making that weight, and when we got up in there, actually, Kavanaugh said, "I don't ever want him making that weight again. It's hard for him, and I don't want him to do it again." So I think he's going to move to 55.
So Frankie Edgar does not get that fight?
It literally rained on Frankie Edgar's world when I told him that. Yeah, Edgar was pretty bummed about it.
However, I will tell you, when I interviewed Conor, he said that Frankie did have a big win, and it didn't say it would be, might be enough to keep him at 145, but you don't see that happening? I let Frankie know. I interviewed him.
You hear that? I didn't know that. Boom, he's back.
All right.
I know, it's going to see. We'll see what Conor decides to do, if he decides to make the weight, not make the weight, whatever. We'll see what happens.
Where does this put Jose Aldo?
Well, it depends on what happens. Obviously, if he vacated and went to 55, probably do Frankie Edgar versus Jose for the title. If not, then we do Frankie Edgar, and Jose Aldo would fight somebody else.
Right. I know you have limited time, so I do want to touch on the co-main event. We got a new champion there as well, Luke Rockhold. First off, did you think it should have been stopped in the third round?
Yeah, probably should have been stopped in the third round. Yeah, when a guy is that hurt and out of it and has trouble getting up, probably should have been stopped. But Weidman's durable, man. He's a durable, tough guy. He always has been. It's crazy how in a fight, one little mistake, that wheel kick, pretty much ended the fight for him.
It absolutely did, and Luke capitalized on it, but he was using his kick so well throughout the fight. Did you, when you looked at the matchup, expect it to go like that?
Well, that's what Rockhold is really good at, is capitalizing. When he sees somebody hurt, just like Machida, he jumps on him and tries to finish.
Yeah. Let's talk about Yoel Romero. Is he next?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens. That fight wasn't what I expected it to be. He gassed out a little bit. He has some troubles with the gas tank, but he looked amazing in that first round.
And then Max Holloway. Was that performance impressive enough to get the things that he's asking for?
I think that he had a hard time dealing with the pressure tonight of being in that spot on such a big card, and in that type of position with everybody watching him, number 5 in the world. We've seen better from Max.
Yeah. And then Uriah Faber, a guy who's been around the game for a long time, looking for the winner of Dillashaw versus Cruz. I mean, listen, he's got stories with both of them. Is that something that you foresee happening in the future? I know you hate making fights at this time. I have to ask you, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, he did. He is a veteran. He's been through a lot of fights, and he won tonight against a tough kid, and we'll see what's next for him.
Okay, I know you've got to go, but I got 2 quick questions for you. Conor McGregor, a guy that likes to stay very active. He said he wanted to fight in Dublin, then he wanted to have this fight. Do you foresee him fighting a couple times in 2016, 3, 4 times?
Yeah, I think he'll fight 3 times in 16, for sure.
Okay, and here's the new champ now.
Thank you so much.
Congrats, guys. Congrats.
He just congratulated you also.
Well, thank you.
Obviously, this was a huge, huge accomplishment in 2015 for Conor McGregor. So many things have happened for the company in 2015. Seems to be a pretty good year. Can you give us one maybe prediction or one thing you would like to see happen for 2016?
I have no idea right now.
Maybe New York? Could we have that?
There you go, New York.
I can do his interviews for him now. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
You,
we appreciate your time.